Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Paul, the Canadian Snowman, here with another Geography Now video, South America Explained. Well, first of all, I want to say thanks for all the positive feedback when Destiny was on the channel the other day. Try to get her on her again. She said she's not over here a lot, but she's supposed to be coming back this weekend, so maybe I can talk her into doing another episode, or else, I would definitely have her on more often. But when she comes over, it's kind of doing a video is kind of like the not exactly on the to-do list when she comes over here. So yeah, but I'll definitely next time she's over, definitely ask her to do another video. But anyways, guys, thank you for the support for her and all that good stuff. So definitely that. But anyways, guys, we're on to South America Explained. So let's jump into it. Did I do something wrong? Oh yeah, like and subscribe, all that fun stuff, please. Yeah.
Hey everybody, so as you know, we are working on the scripts for the next few country episodes, which...
Well, I'm kind of surprised, I guess, to do a little South America, because they did Brazil, and I figured, I guess they probably won't spend a whole lot of time, I guess, with Brazil. I mean, they don't have to really talk about each country, right? I mean, just talk about what goes on. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I did Brazil already, so if you're from this area, definitely go check out the Brazil episode. But yeah, I don't expect a whole lot of information about Brazil in this episode. I guess that's just what I'm trying to get at. But yeah.
Which means this is going to have to be a filler week. Today's episode is going to be one that was requested, the countries of South America Explained. Okay, we're not going to talk about political issues in this episode because although government does play kind of like a big role in their portrayal to the world stage, governments tend to fluctuate and they don't necessarily stand for all the stuff you need to know about a country.
And plus, I'm sure the video would be like another hour long if they were trying to talk political stuff from every country, which I actually really like these region episodes because they're not like overly long, like 17 minutes. That it seems like it's like a great running time. I think any video between like because once like now Geography Now they're like over 30 minutes, and I'm just not gonna lie, man. I think some of them just drag on. There's some information they really stuff in those videos they don't really have to do kind of thing. So these are the kind of the length videos I really enjoy because you can sit down there, you get into it, and they kind of throw a lot of stuff at you, and it's not. You guys know what I'm saying, right? Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. But anyways, yeah.
As usual, when I make videos like this, I like to have natives in the video with me to help out. So without further ado, you remember them. The two people from the Colombia and Ecuador episode, Cindy and Diego.
Hey!
How you doing?
Hi.
¿Dónde está mi gente?
Woo!
Are you guys ready to make your countries proud?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Are you ready to critique the other countries and possibly get criticized?
Looking forward.
Yeah.
First country, Argentina. Now, a lot of Latin American countries have their opinions on Argentina. I heard a joke from an Argentinian once. They said all the Latin American countries...
Like Lionel Messi from Argentina. I don't watch a whole lot of soccer or football. Maybe you guys can let me know, but I'm pretty sure Messi is from Argentina. Watch me be wrong now and get killed in the comments.
Their opinions on Argentina. I heard a joke from an Argentinian once. They said all the Latin American countries hate Argentina because Argentinians think they're better than everybody. But then Argentina responds by saying, well, we are, so what's your point? No, but in all seriousness, Argentinians are really cool, nice, sweet people. Just, they're kind of, they're very proud of their country. Argentinians tend to be way more connected to their European roots as opposed to the other countries. Over half the population is either Italian or has roots from Italy. You're also more likely to see blonde-haired, blue-eyed people. Of course, they are known for their passionate tango steps, mate, and yeah, really cool people. Just, be careful about talking about this. All right, Cindy, Diego, what do you got to say about Argentina?
They have the best barbecues, like
They
Mm.
do,
El asado?
absolutely. The city is beautiful.
Buenos Aires.
The
Never been.
architecture in the cities is just amazing.
Okay, so Diego, can you do an Argentinian accent?
I'll try. Hey guys, don't judge me. Please, I'll try my best. Y ya me quiero regresar a la Argentina.
Y lo sabes, nene.
Sí, algo, ¿viste? Yo de la gallina.
There's a lot of shit sounds.
Yeah.
Bolivia. Now,
Yeah, I felt like like basically telling him to be quiet as he's talking. That barbecue looked delicious.
this is a unique one. I've actually been here. Bolivia is kind of known for being like the indigenous one. They have the highest percentage of their population being Amerindian in descent, mostly being Aymara or Quechua. They're kind of like the mysterious mountain cousins that dress differently at family reunions. Many of the women still wear the traditional dresses and the bowler hats and wrestle. Seriously,
Wow.
you gotta see Cholito wrestling if you ever go to La Paz. It's like the coolest thing ever.
Do they get a lot of people that wrestle in WWE, you know? Like, is there any like current wrestler that, or past wrestler that has come from this country to the WWE or WWF formerly? Let me know.
Speaking of which, La Paz is disputably the highest
Wow.
capital city in the world.
A
If you
lot.
go there, you're gonna like run out of breath because the altitude is so high. Keep in mind though, Bolivia also has parts of the Amazon rainforest and they also have a desert in the Atacama. If you go to the rainforest though, you can pass through the Yungas Road, the world's most dangerous road. Sometimes it's only 3 meters wide.
I think I've definitely seen this on YouTube before, or it might even be Facebook. Just clips of how scary this road is, like because there's no rail or anything, and I always wonder, like, can the road break off, like kind of like a mudslide or something, where I don't know, or like how often does a car actually go off? Or I'm sure like people are going pretty slow, but with certain spots, obviously you got traffic from each direction. It's like, how do you get around? I mean, I guess maybe there's little areas to kind of pull off to. Maybe, I don't know. That looks crazy, man.
You could die. It's so fun. They're kind of known for having a government that's like really kind of anti-outside influence. All the McDonald's were banned there, although they do have KFC and Subway and Starbucks. Oh, and because it is the lowest GDP per capita country in all of South America, the exchange rate is amazing. Not even joking, you can buy like a whole meal for 80 cents. I bought an entire like army sack of souvenirs for like 20 people. I ended up spending only like $80. Anyway, Bolivia, cool place. Check it out. All right, guys, what do you think about Bolivia?
Yeah, put it on the list. But then again, I'm sure there's lots of places that's really cheap. It's getting there is the problem. Probably costs like $1,500 for a ticket, $2,000 probably for a ticket just to get there. I think that's the expensive thing about a lot of these countries. That'd be cool to go on vacation. That's cheap. Yeah, just get in there. You like save up some like frequent flyer miles or something.
Bolivia.
Titicaca?
Yeah, and
Titicaca?
sorry guys. No, the Bolivian people I met, they're pretty cool. They're so down to earth.
Brazil. I feel like I don't even really have to say too much about this, but you guys all know Brazil. It's the big guy. It's the largest country, the largest population, the largest economy in all of South America. South America could not function without Brazil. Now, there's really no one way to summarize all of Brazil because all of the regions and states are so completely different, so many different types of people, but overall, it's kind of like the dad of South America. Like, it plays such a key figure role, and it speaks Portuguese. Brazilian geography Nadia says Spanish is like a choppier version of Portuguese, but without the sh, j, and sounds. The country is super diverse. You have white, black, Asian. They have the highest Japanese population outside of Japan. And it's interesting though, because it doesn't matter who you are. Like, at the core of their hearts, they're Brazilian first. I mean, Brazilians, they know how to get down to it and work really hard if they have to, but I mean, when you're surrounded by so much natural beauty, it's really hard not to relinquish the samba from your soul. And that's kind of Brazil, Brazil, what comes to mind?
Brazil. I love their people. They're super cool. Like, you just want to party with them.
Okay, so Brazilians are pretty laid back and they just like to party and dance and have a good time, pretty much, right? All work and no play makes. As I finish off.
How much Portuguese can you guys understand when they speak it?
I mean, I would say I would get like 20%, 30%.
20,
even
30?
40.
Maybe even 40?
I feel like it's like a Spanish with an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. And also depends the region. Because Fortaleza has a heavier accent. Sao Paulo, not so much. Oh!
I gotta look this up. Chile. This one's interesting because geographically speaking, they are pretty isolated from the rest of the continent. It's like the only country in the world where you cannot do a horizontal landscape layout of the nation's image. Chileans are kind of like the bougie, stoic, Ralph Waldo Emerson writers who drink wine. They have like the best wine in the entire continent. It's been known that they are probably the fastest talkers in all of South America, and they have a weird accent. They have a ton of weird words. Some of you guys have said,
Oh yeah, by the way, guys, if you don't know yet, I'm doing a series basically on the Inca. Like I'm like going on like the 3rd episode or 4th episode. But anyways, I'm doing like the Inca, the rise of the Inca, follow the Inca when the Spanish have right now the Spanish have just come to the Inca, and yeah, so definitely check out that series that I'm doing right now. Anyways, yeah.
that you can understand Portuguese better than you can understand Chileans. That's how thick their accent is. And it's interesting because they're kind of like the only country that really has to deal with intense earthquakes. They are right on the Pacific Rim, and they get a lot of penguins. But overall, yeah, it's like they're kind of like the slightly rich uncle with a pipe in his hand, but you just can't understand what he's saying. Chile, what comes to mind?
Pololos.
And they're famous for their festival that they have a Viña del Mar.
Viña.
Yeah,
Viña del Mar.
that's really nice.
Diego, can you do a Chilean accent?
Sorry guys, that sounds so stereotypical. My bad. Is there such a thing as pololear in Chile? I don't know.
Like to make a boyfriend or girlfriend? Like a verb?
Any comments?
Maybe.
Let us know. And now, Colombia. Diego's time to shine. Cindy, you're gonna have to sit this one out for a little bit. All right. South America was a family. How would Colombia fit into it?
They said we're the troublemakers, but let me be clear, party-wise, yes, we are the troublemakers party-wise.
Party.
Yep. First of all, we're a country that, we don't give up, like, against, or like with adversity, like facing adversity.
You had a lot of it.
Yeah, we've gone through a lot.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of like the twin of Venezuela, right? You're like very similar, right?
Yeah, it's funny because we have this like love and hate relationship.
Yeah, in the 80s and 90s, Colombians were going to Venezuela. Like,
Yeah.
they were running away and going to... Now it's the opposite. Venezuelans are coming into Colombia.
Yeah.
You're right. There is like a unity between you guys.
Yeah,
No matter what happens,
Exactly.
you're always going to be there for each other. And Colombia has taken the
That's
most
cool.
Venezuelans out of any other country in the world.
Yeah, I've heard it's like, it surpassed like the million. I mean, there's a lot of great food, great music, beautiful girls, beautiful women. And by the way, guys, we have the original arepas. So, it's all good.
Venezuelans are going to argue about that. But yeah, so many musicians and artists, right?
Yeah, for example, J Balvin, he's been killing it. Shakira, Juanes.
Everybody knows Shakira.
And the list goes on and on. I mean, I don't know if it's weird to you guys, but like, we love to dip like cheese, queso cuajado or queso campesino, like into hot chocolate. And it melts, and it's the best thing ever.
All right, well, Cindy, what is an Ecuadorian's perspective on Colombians?
Yeah, the chocolate actually was pretty good. I can say that I really liked it, and they're pretty cool people. I mean, don't you
thanks.
see this?
Appreciate
I mean,
it.
it's like, yeah, they're pretty awesome.
And it's interesting to note that also these countries, as well as Venezuela and Panama, were one country at one point,
Yes.
Gran Colombia. So you're going to see a lot of similarities and, cultural traits that kind of tie in with each other within all four of those countries.
All right.
Maybe less Panama, though, because they're kind of a little separated. But
Yeah.
Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, I call it the ECOVE Alliance. And now Ecuador, which means, Diego, you got to get out of here. So, yeah. All right, Cindy, if South America was like a family, how would Ecuador play into the mix?
I don't know. Ecuador is very chill. We're very nerdy. We do love education. Like all our schools are bilingual. Like everything is focused in education. We are a very friendly country. We don't like to fight. Very agricultural.
Kind of like the sidekick best friend.
I will say totally that. Yeah.
Yes.
The second language was official. The Quechua language was in 2010, if I'm not wrong.
They made it official?
They made it official in our country. But yeah, and now a lot of schools are actually teaching Quechua. And the Darwin Center is actually in the Galapagos. So there's a lot of research. There's a lot of,
A lot of sciencey stuff.
a lot of scientific stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
Cuenca is a very colonial place. It has become like the #1 retirement place in South America.
Well, Diego, from a Colombian perspective, what do you guys think of Ecuador?
And definitely big changes from country to country, Definitely very interesting to see, in this one, continent, how from country to country, like just the big changes there are, A lot of time I think, stereotypically, people kind of think, oh, they're in South America, they're all kind of about the same kind of people or whatnot. But no, they're all different in big ways. So definitely cool.
Well, I think they're pretty chill. Like we never had a problem with them. Yeah. No, they're kind of like the nerdy brother, who like never messes, with you. So.
All right, guys. What do you think about the Guyanas and Guyana and Suriname? Basically, these three are like the quiet kids down the hall.
Apparently, they don't like him too much, and they don't want to say anything bad about him because they don't want to get roasted in the comments, right? They're like, yeah, we're just gonna keep our mouth shut and be good boys and not, yeah. So, what's going on between you guys, between these countries here?
At school that you didn't even know went to your school, and like you meet them for the first time at graduation. Now for Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana, I'm just gonna kind of do them all at once because these three just kind of generally go together. Guyana speaks English, Suriname speaks Dutch, although English is very prevalent there as well. And French-speaking French Guiana is an overseas region of France, which is why some people kind of use it as like a backdoor entrance into the EU. Otherwise, yeah, Guyana and Suriname are also very similar. They're the only two countries in South America that drive on the left side of the road. They both have huge Indian populations, people that are descended from the indentured servants that were brought over during colonial times. This in return makes them some of the countries with the highest Hindu populations per capita. You can see Hindu shrines and Hindu temples all over. Basically, in a nutshell, it's kind of like a place where a ton of different people from all over the world were dumped into one spot and had to kind of figure out what to do. These three areas generally identify as Caribbean in their culture and identity rather than South American. I talked to my French friend William, who was born here. Certains d'entre vous peut-être le connaissent. Le YouTuber Doc7. Yeah, we're buddies. He was actually supposed to be in my France episode, but life stuff happened and he couldn't make it. But yeah, we still keep in contact. Anyway, Doc7 wanted me to tell you. French Guiana was started out as a prison colony where some of the worst criminals in France were sent, similar to what the British did to Australia. It's super diverse. They have whites, blacks, Creoles, native Indian tribes. Surprisingly, a lot of Hmong people that were brought over after Laos had a big war. They're famous for their space center, La Chute Voltaire. He actually made quite a few videos explaining about this place. Most of his videos are in French, but some of them do have English subtitles though, so if you don't understand French, just turn on the subtitles. Paraguay. Paraguay is kind of like the middle black sheep daughter that doesn't get a lot of attention. Paraguay has two official languages, Spanish and the indigenous Guarani language. And it's interesting because more people...
Like the Brady Bunch, and I guess because the middle kid doesn't get all the attention, is that kind of what they're going at? Because I never really watched much of the Brady Bunch, so yeah, I bet that makes sense, right?
Has two official languages, Spanish and the indigenous Guarani language. And it's interesting because more people actually understand Guarani than Spanish here. If you go outside of the cities into like rural areas, you might even have trouble communicating because the people just don't.
I've seen pictures like this. I feel like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, like, he's gardening and looks like he's wearing a suit, like pants and a jacket. Maybe it's just cold right now, but, maybe that's just how people dress over there, but this is very interesting. It's almost like he's going to a business meeting, so like definitely well dressed. It seems like while he's gardening, because I'd be wearing like shorts and like a tank top, because yeah. But wow, I guess it could be cold right now, right? I don't know.
Don't speak Spanish. Culturally, they are kind of like more rural and rustic. They're known for being good horse riders. They love drinking tereré. They love playing that bouncy galopas and guarinas country music. And finally, the women are famous for doing the danza de la botella, or the bottle dance. It looks really cool, like they balance bottles or jars on their head, and sometimes they stack them up like 10 high. Pretty cool, very underrated. I say.
I remember that, and it's not like you're just balancing. I mean, there is something there, right, to kind of makes them stick, right? I think I was told. So it's not like I'm just grabbing two bottles of my fridge, putting it up there and stacking them up. Like there's something there kind of keeping it from slipping away, right? I'm trying to remember what that comment said, but I think so.
Go visit. All right, guys. So what comes to mind when you think of Paraguay?
If I'm not mistaken, they're pretty good with playing harps. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know.
These guys, it seems like they have for the other countries that Paul here was talking about. They weren't in the discussion, so it's like there must be some kind of rivalry going on. I'm not saying like it's anything bad or anything, but it's like we can't talk good about those guys. I don't know, they have a better soccer team than we do or something like that. I feel like there's some kind of business built up to where they don't want to talk nice to their rivals or something. I don't know. because they're only talking about certain countries. It seems kind of odd. Or maybe these are just the countries that they know most about, and so they don't want to put their 2 cents into countries that they don't really know nothing about in their area. I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, they're pretty good with like or playing
Harps.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know, maybe.
What kind of comes to mind when you like meet or like see Paraguayan people on TV, or what do you think?
Where have you guys been all this time?
I know, it's like the most unicorn.
It's a mystery.
Peru.
Watch
Peru is kind of
unicorn.
like the big brother who took a risk, played his cards right in business and marketing, and exploited the crap out of all his tourism spots and made a lot of money. It worked. He's kind of like a big shot now. Keep in mind, Peru is all.
I've used this exact picture in my Inca videos. So yeah, I guess this is where the Inca is, right? Go check that series out. It's not very popular on my channel, so go check it out. That's
spots and made a lot of money. It worked. He's kind of like a big shot now. Keep in mind, Peru is also one of the indigenous strong nations. A significant portion of their population is Amerindian in descent, the largest one being Quechua. They are known for having really good food. Everybody knows ceviche. Alright guys, Peru, what comes to mind?
Particularly Ecuadorian and Peruvian food is very, very similar. Even like the papas that they have,
Okay,
is
really?
like we have it. It is very similar.
Okay, Diego introduced me to this wonderful, amazing thing from Peru. What is it?
Guys, please don't hate me, okay? But I had to.
I love it.
Alright? You know what it is already. Señorita Laura.
For those of you who don't know, Señorita Laura is like the Jerry Springer of Peru. People go on this show and they go crazy and they yell at each other and they accuse who of cheating who, and then some of them get a prize, and apparently this...
It definitely looks like Jerry Springer. I mean, Jerry Springer's show hasn't been on in forever. I don't really watch those kind of shows anymore. I mean, back like late 90s, early 2000s, but basically seeing my age around right now. But I used to watch Jerry Springer, and that was crazy. I guess those kind of shows still go on, apparently, but yeah, it's cool to see that, you know, the same kind of shows go on all over the world, you know, obviously, and doing their own kind of thing, but it's the same type of show. So it's kind of cool to see that, you know, all over the world, they got the same shows. So anyways, yeah.
lady got a hot dog stand as a prize when she was cheated on. I don't get it, but I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Uruguay. The joke is Uruguay is like Argentina's Canada. Most South Americans say that they can't distinguish the difference between Argentinians and Uruguayans, but Argentinians and Uruguayans can totally tell the difference, and they...
Yeah. I definitely go there. I'm Canadian, and yeah, it's like, I'm sure for Americans too, you know, like, it's like, yeah, we're different. Like, we just know, like, I'm Canadian, so I know the difference because, you know, I see the differences, but I guess, you know, from outside people, I guess we're looked at kind of the same, you know, but I know where they're going at right here. It's like, you know, Destiny, she's American. No, I'm Canadian. So.
Swear by it. They have like generally the same accent and the same general kind of like Eurocentric type of demographic. I mean, Uruguay doesn't really have a native indigenous population. The ones that were there were kind of either moved or displaced or killed off. So now it's mostly just Spanish and Italian. Out of all the countries in Latin America, they have the lowest percentage of church attendance and highest unaffiliated population at somewhere around 17%. Landscape-wise, Geography Adrian says, it might be boring. We don't have mountains, deserts, jungles, or snow. We are just a flat plain with lots of happy cows and sheep that eat as much grass as they can. Now, of course, you cannot talk about Uruguay without mentioning soccer, football. Now, here's the thing. Like, all Latin American countries pretty much love soccer, football, but Uruguay, it's impressive how well they've done for such a small country. Nonetheless, they have won 2 World Cups and 15 Copa America wins. They beat Argentina, a country that's like 15 times their population. So they take this sport really seriously. Wow. Uruguay, what do you guys think? What comes to mind?
The Simpsons
Soccer.
show?
Again. Oh.
The Simpsons
I didn't think I had time for...
I don't think
wow.
I've ever met a Uruguayan, but I mean, they're cool. I mean, you know, I'll be cool with them, obviously. I mean,
They have like a very famous lake also.
Lake?
Like, yeah. Because everybody that goes to Argentina, they always want to take like the
true.
boat, right?
yeah, I've heard that.
And finally, Venezuela. Hey guys, so just a heads up, while we were filming this video, all those crazy things that were happening in Venezuela literally just occurred. So we're gonna do a little video explaining about all that stuff later, but until then, let's get back to the main video. Geography Maria Fernanda says, if Venezuela was a student, she would be like a straight A student that got addicted to
I was kind of curious because I know like I've heard all this stuff going on in Venezuela. I'm not sure today was I haven't really looked it up how much is going on right now, but I've heard about all that all of what's going on. So yeah, I guess this is being obviously filmed at the exact time that it just started. So interesting. Interesting. That would be a cool video to watch if he has a video on that. So, anyways.
Says if Venezuela was a student, she would be like a straight A student that got addicted to Adderall and is in and out of rehab. Okay, jokes aside. Venezuela is actually very unique. Just like their neighbors, they have almost every single landscape you can imagine. They have deserts, they have beaches, they have jungles, they have snow-capped mountains. Now I know we're not going to talk too much about politics, but I think it's very interesting to note the relationship they have with Bolivia. Their governments kind of have similar ideologies with like minimizing outside influence. There's like a unique Bolivia, Venezuela, Cuba alliance. There's like all these little hidden gems in Venezuela. Angel Falls is here. It's the thing that inspired the movie Up. They have like a river/lake where it has like perpetual lightning all year round. And yeah, Venezuelans though, they are super proud of their country. And Venezuelans do have a lot of European background. It's been said that Venezuelans have like the cleanest Spanish. It's like very pure and untainted. I don't know, that's what I was told. They're very similar to Colombians, very outgoing and party people if they want to be. Apart from all the political stuff, we all know it, but when you just meet a Venezuelan, what do you think?
The brothers.
The brothers. The twins of you guys.
Arepas.
Arepas.
No, you said that arepas.
No, you know the truth,
Well, by the way, yeah, they do have a little bit of an accent. Diego, can you do the accent?
Well, I try. ¿Qué más, marico? ¿Cómo está la vaina, chamo? ¿Todo fino?
Nailed it. Oh, okay.
And by the way, arepas, Colombians.
All right,
That
and that
cool.
was it. Thank you guys for being in this video.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yes,
I like
for
that.
sure.
Thanks for inviting us.
Any last words you guys want to just say to the whole Geography Now community?
Even though, we have a lot of differences, we share a lot of similarities as well. And you will find like really good people, really good food, like landscapes are some of the best ones you could ever find.
Yeah,
Go to
I've
South
had the
America.
opportunity to travel. It's just the nature is like the colors are so vibrant. I feel like the Andes, the minerals that we have is everything is just so organic, and anything is like processed. Maybe that's the reason why the food is also so good.
You don't have to fight for
And
organic.
you don't have to fight for organic.
organic, yeah.
Everything is organic.
So cheap too, like,
Exactly.
right?
Every country has its beauty, and you should visit them all. I will
Yes.
say.
Specifically, which one should they visit?
Colombia, Cartagena, Medellin, Bogotá.
Well, thank you so much. That's it. Hope you guys have a good one. Stay
Bye.
cool. Stay
Take
tuned.
care, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, let me know in the comments which country I should visit. Because like I never really thought of going to South America to visit, except until I really started watching these Geography Now videos. Obviously, like I want to go to Europe because you can basically travel around Europe very, I guess, easily because Europe is a lot smaller than like South America, and you can get to a bunch of countries at once. South America's a lot bigger, so I don't think it would take a lot longer to kind of just go from country to country if you're going on like a road trip, because the countries are a lot bigger. So it's like, I've thought like I go to South America to visit, like where to go, because I can't. Obviously, you can't just drive around and visit a whole bunch of them, right? So yeah, let me know in the comments. Everyone's gonna pick their own country, right? So that's probably not the best question to ask, but I'd have to think for myself which country, if I had to pick one to go visit. Maybe one that's on the border with another country, so you can kind of see two. I don't know. But anyways, guys, this was kind of very informative, and it was kind of cool to, I guess, see the different cultures, and all the similarities, all the big differences between all the countries in South America and all that good stuff. But anyways, guys, hit that like and subscribe button below. I'd really appreciate it, and catch you guys in future videos. Always a blast. You guys have a great night, great day, and I'm out of here. Peace. Woo!